Hello, I'm here with Debbie today. Debbie, thank you for coming in and sitting down and interviewing with us.
My pleasure.
Okay, so can you describe your perfect classroom for me?
Well, in my perfect classroom, I am talking very little, and the kids are doing. So perhaps, like this last week, they were poring over Hank's diary, and it's actually a resident of Mansfield who was in the Civil War, because we're studying the Civil War. And each group had a different part of the diary to read, and then they came and presented. And so they found out what I think it was about a month and a half, what it would be like to be a life of a soldier in the Civil War. And they came to the conclusion it was a lot of waiting and marching and waiting and marching and very difficult conditions, difficult sleeping conditions. And so the ideal classroom was that they were all reading together, they were planning their presentations, they were checking each other to make sure that everybody had a part and that they understood what they had read to give back. So it's where the ideal classroom for me is when kids are doing and discovering and understanding and making having some kind of aha moment. Wow, that's all it was?
And, you said they work if they're working together. Do you think it's important that the students work together and with their peers on different stuff?
Absolutely, because I think that they see this discovery process through discussion. And sometimes I think that they might even discover something just by hearing their own rendition of what they thought. And so not only are they learning from each other, but they're learning from themselves. And that's why, as a language arts teacher, I'm always telling them to read things out loud, and you'll be able to proof it better. So not only do they discover each other's information, but they discover their own.
Do you feel this was a successful project that you've done with your students, or do you feel that there was a project that was more successful?
Well, there's always other things. I mean, I've been teaching for a long time. I don't want to tell you how long. And so there have been lots of successful things and lots of things that didn't work. This particular activity I could not take credit for at all because I just started 8th grade. This is the work of my colleagues. But one of the things that I love that I'm doing this year in social studies that I'm able to do more than I did last year teaching ancient history is to have these primary source documents. So you can't get so many of them when you're studying ancient civilizations.
All right. And what is one thing you have learned from your students?
That I always have more to learn, and that they're really smart.
Yep.
Okay, so thank you for sitting down and interviewing with us today.
You're quite welcome.
We hope you enjoy the rest of your conference.
I hope I will too. Thank you.